let's do the talk show.
We can do 8 minutes.
We're gonna do 8 minutes just on what was the first console you owned.
Well, not now that you say it like that.
It's
Hey,
like,
alright.
I was expecting the attitude from Bill.
it's like
but
Atari 2600. Yeah, me too.
It
Yeah,
can't be
me
done.
too.
There's so many consoles out there.
Alright.
Just follow my lead, boys.
3, 2. Yeah,
my
we'll follow
area.
your lead because you know exactly where you're.
How many game consoles do you have?
3, 2.
I got 3 at home.
I don't have any.
And carry on.
3, 2, 1. Hi there, YouTube. I'm Craig here again with Bill and Antonio, and we are the Social Vultures. And tonight, Antonio, you have a bit of a special treat for us regarding video games.
Well, it's all the craze. You know what I mean? Everyone loves the PS4, the Xbox One. The Wii U's not too bad, but the heavyweights there. But I like to find out, as kids, what was the first home console you guys ever played or owned?
I'm pretty sure that I played one of the first Atari consoles. I can't remember exactly what it was called. What, the Atari 6000?
2600? Oh, okay.
2600? Vaguely, though, I remember it. But I'd say like the first legit console that I played and I knew and was basically mine was the original 8-bit Super Nintendo, which was incredible.
Yeah.
And there's still games today that I think back, you know, I'll go online and I'll see people do the playthroughs. Bionic Commando by Capcom was probably a top one. You had the Castlevania series.
Yeah.
You had
Metal Gear.
Yeah,
Zelda.
You're right. Yeah, Zelda.
And then the first one that wasn't named Zelda, they had a link. The second was A Link to the Past.
Link to the Past.
The only Zelda game never to have Zelda in the title.
And I believe still to this day one of the top grossing video games of all time, if adjusted for inflation, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh gosh.
Which
For
was
sure.
fantastic.
And the first was great too on that console.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've yet to play a Mario game that I didn't enjoy. You know.
They've all been fun. To me, like you, I played, the 2600.
Yeah.
Played games on the Atari computer.
Yeah.
The one I first don't like anyone, the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yep.
And I played Mario Brothers, Metal Gear, Contra.
Contra, yes.
Oh gosh, Zelda, and so many other games.
Yep.
Like what a fantastic system that they said, well, it's not going to work. It's just another video game system. But man, did they say that straight?
Yeah. Well, it was Nintendo with the release of the 8-bit that basically brought that industry back from the brink of extinction.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it was dead.
Yeah.
Well, they were burying Atari games and consoles in Nevada, and they're still trying to find where they buried those ET games.
Actually, they have found them.
Did they find them?
They found a landfill. I believe it's in New Mexico. I might be wrong. And there's been not just one documentary, but
There's
apparently
a
two
couple, on Netflix
documentaries
we're watching
that are made about that. But yeah, sorry, go ahead, Bill.
I like
You've been
games
very
too.
quiet. You've been very quiet so far.
I own those as well, but I think the first game system that got me addicted to gaming was Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah, so Genesis, yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
Golden Axe, all those great games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Strider.
That was the first one that really got me hooked on video games.
The first hockey in the original Sega Genesis.
Yep.
A bunch of guys, and right there.
Yeah,
You're
I liked
hooked.
one of the baseball ones. I don't remember what one, but I played it.
There's a few. He had a Sega Genesis, then he had, then from there he had a Super NES.
Yeah, the Super NES was a great system.
And the funny story how, if it wasn't for Nintendo, there'd be no Sony PlayStation. Because originally Sony and Nintendo, it was announced they're making a console together. Then Nintendo pulled some power trip and didn't want to do something. I know the full story. And Sony said, you know what? After you guys, we're going to make the PlayStation by ourselves. And thank you, Nintendo, for that, because we got the PlayStation not too long after, and that revolutionized games.
Yeah, I've been a very loyal PlayStation fan since
Where they went
first
disc
PlayStation.
And the N64 state cartridge.
Yeah.
Which kind of... Still some great games came out for the N64 cartridge.
Oh, absolutely.
The Star Wars games came out.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
That's all you need to know.
Banjo-Kazooie. Perfect Dark. I think Perfect Dark was on the N64. Right. So even though Nintendo went their own way, there's still a lot of classic titles, that evolved from there. And then I think the system that could have been a great system if it wasn't for the release of the PlayStation 2 was the Sega Dreamcast. Had fantastic games on there.
Really like
Resident Evil Code Veronica X was on there. But then as soon as Sony said the PS2's coming out, sales started plummeting. And I was one of the people who got rid of this Dreamcast, but I still got something good to trade for it.
Yeah.
And out came the PS2, and that just I don't know if it still has the record for the most consoles ever sold, but the PS2, my goodness.
Yeah, it was huge.
Like, I gotta be honest, you guys know that I'm not a big video game guy, even though I've just...
But you know your stuff.
named some consoles and whatnot. But I have to say that the last console I ever bought so this is going back a ways, was the original Xbox, and to me that was almost like a life-altering.
I still got my Xbox.
Yeah,
You know?
it was completely life-altering in that I now have a system, and at the time I lived overseas. I lived in Edinburgh. You know, Hibernian FC represent. I lived in Edinburgh, and I played Xbox to death.
Hello
with
from the Queen. You set that up.
With all of my friends, and actually it's funny because I introduced them to a lot of games like hockey and baseball on the Xbox that they never experienced before.
Hockey in Scotland. Come on, Craig. Blasphemy. But folks, there you have it. We'd like to hear what, your video game experience were as a child or as an adult when you first touched a game. You know what? And for the most part, tell us your arcade games you like too if you never owned the video game
Some good
console.
arcade games out there, yeah.
So for Sega Genesis, Midway Games, and the N64, we're the Social Vultures, and we'll see you next time.